Well, welcome back again. Um, I gave it a day's break this time, and I thought because I was putting a lot up and I wanted anybody to watch as much as they can before they get to the next video. Um, this video I want to cover something. I'm going to go to the Josh Waitzkin's Academy in just 1 minute. I wanted to show you something else that this chess master has. There are other academies in the chess master. There's Josh Watkins, as you can see on your screen. There's this one here, the Larry Christensen Attacking Chess. I'm not too crazy about that one. There's also this chess master series where the computer speaks to you in sort of a natural yet computerized voice. I just wanted to give you a taste of that because if I run out of things from the Josh Waitzkin's Academy, which it's not going to be for a while, I want to be able to fill in with these. So I'm just going to give you a taste of this, and then I'm going to go right back to the Josh Waitzkin's. All right. So as you can, I don't know if you can read this. If you're watching this in high definition, you might be able to. The Basic Themes by Bruce Pandolfini. As you know, Pandolfini was Josh Waitzkin's chess tutor when Josh was just a kid. And if you've seen the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer, that's what that was all about. The actors were playing, the chess master that was teaching Josh. The actor was playing Bruce Pandolfini, and Josh was, I don't know the actors' names, but the kid was being played by a child actor playing Josh Waitzkin. So, in any case, here's an example of what this sounds like. It's going to be a little weird, but here you go.
Which piece should white take, the bishop or the queen?
So, I know the voice sounds funny, but this is a very interesting question. A lot of beginners would jump on the queen, but you realize that you'll end up losing material if you don't take the bishop. So the answer is actually the bishop.
Correct. White wins a piece by taking the bishop with check. 1. Bishop b3 takes f7, check. Black can't retake with his rook. 1. Rook f8 takes f7, for that hangs the queen. 2. Queen d1 takes d8, check. So black's king must do its own dirty work. 1. King g8 takes f7, which meets up with the checking fork. 2. Queen d1 b3 check. Wherever black moves his king, he loses at least his bishop to white's queen. 3. Queen b3 takes b4. I say at least because he could make the mistake of moving the king to f6. 2. King f7 f6, allowing mate. 3. Queen b3 e6, checkmate.
Okay, so that's all I'm going to give you of this for now. I'm probably going to give you a lot more of this sometime in the not too far future, but I wanted you to see it. So we're going to go back to the Academy. Let me see. Here we go. We're going to go to Josh Waitzkin. Now, where we left off last time was the Arsenal. As you can see, there's a lot more to go through. There's right now we are on the second part of Josh Waitzkin's Academy, and we are up to we had just finished removing the defender, so we are up to discovery. And the next one is strategy. You're going to see all this here. I don't know if we can cover all of this, but there's quite a lot more. Okay, so let's get back to the Arsenal and discovery. And I think I might have to adjust my controls here and a few other things. And that's this one right here. And here we go.
Now on to our next weapon, discoveries. We've already seen a couple discovered attacks in earlier positions in the course. This is a very powerful device, especially when the discovered attack is check, known as discovered check, like in this position. Here white can win black's queen with the discovered checks knight d4 or knight d2. both opening up the white queen's attack on the black king while aiming the knight at the queen. Here you can really see the power of the discovery, because the black bishop can go after any white piece he wants to, because they are all on light squares. Now, what's the best discovery?
Okay, what is the best discovery? Here you can see the power of the discovery because the black bishop can go after any white piece he wants to because he... Oh, okay, well, it's black to move. Oh. Flip the board. Okay. Well, the best discovery, of course, is putting the king in check and being able to capture the white's queen. This one is even better than that. This one's got a fork and a discovery all in one. Look at this.
You got it. Bishop c4 discovered check, winning the queen. In this position, it's black to move and win as much material as possible. You have to calculate several moves ahead here.
Several moves ahead. Well, I tell you what, I'm a little rusty on this one, and I didn't really prepare for this one, so let's just go ahead and make any move. Yes, actually, I think this is actually the right move.
Excellent work. Knight c2 check forces the king to b1. What's next?
What's next is because this bishop, the black bishop is this bishop. I'm pointing to the screen as if you could see me. I don't have a camera. The black bishop is now in line with the king, the white king. So any move I make with the knight is going to give a discovered check to white. So I now have white's queen.
Good move. Knight e3 check, a powerful discovery. Next will be knight takes g4, winning the queen. Now it's white to move and win material. See the whole board.
See the whole board. See the whole board. Usually when he says that, he means that there's a piece that can go clear across the board and do some really good damage. Gee, I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's do the same. Let's just make a move. You know, this might not be right.
No, that's not quite right. Try again.
Let's see what Josh tells us. Let's just say no, I don't want to try again.
e5 attacks the black queen and opens up the fourth rank, so the white queen also threatens the black knight on a4. There is no way for the queen to move and defend her knight, so white will win a piece for a pawn. After queen takes e5, queen takes a4. A lot of chess players have the habit of focusing on one part of the board. Here you can see the importance of seeing everything.
Well, I'm guilty of that.
Black to move and win material here. What do you think? Be careful here. Notice where there may be some potential for discovered attacks, and then be sure to prepare your tactic properly.
See, I'm guilty of that. In fact, I do remember that position that we had just last, and I do remember moving the pawn now that I've seen it in retrospect. But when you stop playing for a day or two, and you sort of get, like he said, you get into the habit of getting like a tunnel vision. You look at one part of the board, you don't look at the whole board. Black to move and win material. What do you think? Be careful here. Notice where there may be some potential for discovered attacks. I'm at a loss today. I'm not very good at chess today. I did look at this one. I don't remember it. I'm going to pause this. and I'll come back. I was right. I should have just let it go.
Excellent work. Knight takes g4, queen takes g4, d5, opening up a discovery on the queen and attacking the bishop on c4. Now if white moves the queen, black will take the bishop on c4. But what happens if white blocks with knight f5? Remember, no mechanical thinking. Here it would be a terrible mistake to take the bishop, because then queen takes g7 would be mate. Often in chess, when you're just inches from victory, the opponent has some last tricks up the sleeve. What should black play here?
I've done that before. I got the better position and I ended up losing because of something silly like that. So what should black play? Well, black should take the knight because the threat is the checkmate.
Very good. An in-between move. Bishop takes f5, removing the attacker of the g7 square, and after queen takes f5, only then d takes c4 wins a piece. So be careful to set your tactics up properly. This problem is extra tricky. White is up a huge amount of material, and black doesn't have forced mate. Seems like a recipe for disaster. But black to play and win. Take your time here. My guess is this will be your deepest chess calculation yet, but try to find a pattern. Don't worry if this problem stretches your brain a little. The idea is to keep white in the box and take as much material as possible without letting him out of the box.
Keeping your opponent in the box, yeah. Do you remember or have you seen the windmill attack? I had the video I made for the windmill attack I had given you. This is very similar to the windmill attack. Because what we have here is a long distance operator here. Okay, and you can get a lot of material back. We'll start with taking the rook. And the rook is protected by your bishop. See it?
Good work. Rook takes g2 check, king h1. And now?
And now you can get another piece, another discovered check.
Yep, that's it. Rook takes g3 check. Discovery. Now of course the idea for black here is to take as much as possible without allowing white to stop the checks. So rook takes d2 would have been a terrible mistake, because then white could block the check with knight e4 and win the game. After rook takes g3 check, you see you're actually checking and removing the defender of the e4 square. White has to move the king, king h2. Now, if you haven't found the answer yet, then take your time and work from here.
Well, that's quite alright. We're going to do the same thing.
Excellent work. Rook g2 check. King h1, rook takes g4. King h2. Of course, if the white bishop ever blocks with bishop e4, then bishop takes e4 check, and it doesn't matter. So the king goes to h2. Now the rook returns to g2 check, forcing the king back into the box, king h1. Now you can go on to capture all the pawns and pieces on the second rank. So now your tactical arsenal is complete. The last exercise you did was designed to reinforce how important it is to learn basic patterns and then apply them in complex situations. By recognizing a pattern of discovered checks, suddenly you were able to do a 20-move chess calculation. This type of learning, by building from the core out, is central to my approach to chess. Now let's move on to the mastery quiz, which should help reinforce the ideas we've been discussing.
I'm going to give you a taste of the mastery quiz, but I lost count of how many minutes this video is already. And I did show you something else besides the Josh Waitzkin's Academy. So I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to go ahead and play the very first part of that quiz. But that quiz is going to take me some preparation to make sure I get at least some of the answers right, so I don't look like a total fool. But I'm going to give you a small part of it right now, and we're going to end it at the very first question, okay? Here it is.
In this mastery quiz, you'll be asked to find combinations that include 2 or more of the tactical devices you just learned. I may not tell you in which direction to look, but you can rest assured the solution involves 1 or more of the themes you were taught in parts 1 and 2. Sometimes the solution will involve mate, and sometimes it will involve winning or saving material. If you're having a really hard time with an exercise, just hit the hint button, and I'll tell you what themes to keep an eye out for. Good luck.
Okay, so we're going to give you a taste of that.
It's black to move here. The answer involves a double attack.
And we're going to do the first one, and we'll leave it. A double attack. Well, let's go ahead and since this is a trial, you know, just a taste. Let's go ahead and get the hint. The idea is to combine a double attack, a fork, and an indirect discovery. Okay, I'm pretty sure I remember this. This is, you can threaten mate here. You notice that your bishop is aimed at that pawn. If you were to aim the queen at that pawn as well, I believe this is the correct move. Let's find out.
Very good. Queen h5, threatening mate on h2. White has to defend with a move like h3, after which b5 forks the two knights.
And there's your
You
fork.
see, the black queen was occupying the b5 square, so you freed up that square for the pawn and attacked mate with tempo. In the future, to help you out spotting pawn forks, whenever two pieces are situated like these two knights here, next to each other with one space in between, a pawn can fork them. Notice that pattern. Keep it in mind. It's black to move here. Mate in 2 using a discovery.
Okay, so we're going to leave it at that, and I'll leave this. I'll talk to you a little bit, and I'll leave this on the screen for you. And perhaps in your comments, you can give me the answer, and I'll see if you were right. I'm sure that it's not too hard to figure out, especially if you have a couple days to look at it. But I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoy these videos, and I look forward to your comments. Keep on playing.